Hey guys, welcome to another review of budget knives. And today, what we have here in front of us is the Tangram knives by Kaiser. And Tangram is a new budget line from Kaiser, and it ranges from $30 all the way to $50. And they have some really amazing stuff. And this is only one of the model. This is called a Vector. I also have this one right here, the Orion, which I will also review. But on this review, I would like to focus on this particular knife because I believe this knife delivers a lot of value, especially from this price range. This knife costs $50 and it features a 440 Akudo steel, a full aluminum handle with beautiful patterns, a button lock, which you would never see on a budget knife like this at this price range. Full stainless steel liners, skeletonized, and a tip-up pocket clip. Only a right-hand carry, not adjustable. However, I'm a right-handed guy, so works for me. And now, let's look at the size and dimension. The blade itself is just short of 3 inches. The overall length is 6 3/4. And some more size comparison. Here is the Swiss Army knife. So just a tad bigger than the Swiss Army knife. And let's see if I have any other knives I could compare it to. Oh, there we go. Here's a full-size military. So it is quite a small knife, even smaller than the Mini Cotillion by Benchmade. And now let's dig deeper into the design. This knife is designed by Kim Ning. Sorry if I butchered the name, but I believe it's a Chinese designer. 3 inches of 440 Akudo steel. And now 440 Akudo steel is a very high quality steel, for those of you who don't know. It is a superior version of the 440C steel. And if you ever heard of the 440V steel used by Spyderco a long time ago, this is actually pretty comparable to the 440V. It holds a great edge. It's very comparable to VG10 steel. It also very rust resistant. So basically, superior 440C. Okay, same rust proof qualities, but holds a way better edge than 440C steel. And now with this blade design, what I love about it is the little recurve right here. The little recurve really helps in cutting and EDC task because all the material will tend to gather right here at this point. And when you just pull through it, the belly will naturally want to cut into the material. And if you look closely to the blade grind, what Kaiser did is actually very smart. They did a straight grind all the way up. However, they didn't follow the belly. So essentially what they achieved here is a very, very thin belly that is great for slicing. You can see this type of grind on the Hinderer XM18 slicer grind model, and that's exactly the same philosophy. When you have a very thin belly, it slices wonderfully through materials. And now let's take a look at the button lock, because that is not a lock that you would see in a knife at this price range. It deploys smoothly. No wiggle up and down, no wiggle side to side. Rock solid. And how this lock works is almost like automatic knife, excuse me. You see this button right here? When you depress it, it allows the knife to move freely. So when the blade is open, up until that point, bam, the button will wedge itself into the tang of the blade, therefore creating a secondary stop pin, if you will. And this type of lock is very, very strong. Another company that's well known for using button lock is the Hoke. I had their Hoke EX01 model before. I don't have it anymore, but this knife right here really compares to the Hoke EX01 in terms of build quality, fit and finish, and the way they execute the button lock. When I handle it in hand, although this knife is only $50, it feels like a $100 knife. And well done, Kaiser. Well done. Tangram is really delivering some really, really excellent value for the consumers. And this aluminum right here, I really like the pattern. It's really beautiful. It almost reminds me of Amkusta. It is a Japanese knife company, Amkusta. Really, really special. It is also a really high quality aluminum. It's very solid to the touch. Now the stainless steel liner, it is actually recessed into the aluminum. So this type of machining work is actually quite costly comparing to just having one slab of steel liners and then slap another slab of aluminum on top. So what I mean by that is, if you look at this benchmade right here, there's no milling work required to achieve this kind of construction. They just put together two material on top of each other. However, what Kaiser did right here is they take the time to mill out that part of the handle in the aluminum just so they could fit a stainless steel liner in. And now, this type of construction would benefit the button lock. That's because if there were no stainless steel liner inside this handle, it would actually be very quite a flawed design if you use button lock on just the aluminum handle. However, they use a steel liner to reinforce it, so that's a plus for you guys, Kaiser. Great job for doing that. This knife also carries really well in the pocket. If I slide this on, there you go. Only this much is sticking out. And now, one criticism I would give to the pocket clip is I would much rather have the screws side by side at the very top. Therefore, the knife could carry even deeper into the pocket. However, this is not a major problem. This is a well-executed clip. Another thing I would criticize on the clip is this part right here. Oops, there you go, this part. It sticks out pretty far. It is pretty easy to, when you walk by a car, when you get on and off a car, it would scratch and ding your car. That happened to me one time, not on this knife, it is on another knife, but I could totally see this happening. I might have to take this out and bend that down a little bit just so it doesn't catch on things that easily. So if you guys want to improve on this knife, I would actually recommend bending this part a little bit back into the handle and somehow rearrange this area right here so the screws would actually be side by side on the top, so you have less wasted space. But overall, I give this knife a really, really high score. I would probably give it a 9.5 out of 10 in terms of the overall design, the material used, the fit and finish, and also how it handles in my hand. This knife is just a dream to hold. It's so comfortable. The handle is also sculptured. Not sculptured, sorry. This is also chamfered. So there's no sharp spot, there's no hot spot. You could hold this knife all day long and just work it. And there you go. This is it's been a wonderful review. And I want to thank Kaiser again for sending me this sample. And I will post their Amazon site in my link description, so check it out. It is the best price to get it directly through their Amazon store. So thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.